Hey everyone. Since we've had our truck, we've had a lot of people asking us if we're going to get our own authority and if we could run freight for other companies now that we own our own truck. And I thought I would kind of like talk about what having your own authority means, or at least what I've learned about what having your own authority is, kind of explain the situation that we're in right now, and just kind of give my thoughts on that. When you get your own authority, it's just you. You're all there is. You're in charge of finding the loads. You're in charge of cargo insurance. You're in charge of all the customer relations and building relationships with customers, and at the same time doing the runs yourself. We had one subscriber make a comment of, I guess you guys don't think having your own authority is worth it. It's not that we don't think it's worth it. We don't know enough about it. I don't have any experience really where to find our own loads at, how to even get that started. I've been talking with the guy, one of our other subscribers. He actually runs solo in a straight truck, has his own authority, as he's doing really good at it. He's happy with it. So talking with him has really piqued my interest in it, but we just don't know enough about it right now. I don't know what kind of rate I would have to be shooting for to make sure I cover cargo insurance, liability, non-trucking liability, any overhead expenses. What we're used to right now is letting the carrier do that for us. Now, the kind of situation we're in right now is we run for a carrier. Now, what that means is we're running under their DOT numbers. We don't have our own DOT or MC numbers. We run under the carrier's numbers. They also pay for trucking insurance and cargo insurance. And also, being leased to a carrier, we sign a contract that we get a guaranteed rate per loaded mile. So 99.9% of the time we are running, we are getting that 1 cent rate guaranteed per mile on our loaded miles. That's one of the benefits to signing on with the carrier. You know what you're gonna make per mile every mile you drive, give or take deadhead miles and stuff like that. You typically, there's no negotiating on a rate. That's pretty much what you're gonna get per mile. And we've been fairly happy with what we're getting, even as owner operators now, we're seeing that whole rate per mile. So that's the benefit of being leased on with the carrier. They get the jobs for you. They pay you a set rate every mile that you drive, that rate per mile for loaded miles. They cover the trucking insurance, cargo insurance, and they handle dealing with the customers and stuff. Now, I'm not opposed to doing all that. It's just we're new truck owners. I don't know enough about it to jump into it. Now, we've been talking about it, talking with this solo guy that has his own authority, and I think maybe next time we go home, I might apply to get our own authority, and at least just so we can have it in our back pocket, and really kind of do the research. Is there going to be any benefit for us to go that route? How much more would we make per mile by doing that? Would we be able to keep ourselves busy? That's doing something like that takes time to build up. It's not something that just happens overnight. You get your own authority, all of a sudden you get all this freight. You have to get out there, you have to make the calls, make the visits, build a relationship with customers, let them know who you are, let them know, show them that they can trust you hauling their freight to get it done on time. It takes a lot of work to get that done. It's not something we're opposed to. I'm all for it. I'm all about improving our rate per mile. If we can increase the dollar amount that we drive for, absolutely, I'd be all for it. But there's just so much more I need to learn about it before we do that. Right now, we're comfortable with utilizing Panther's customer base to be able to keep us busy. We do our pickups, we do our deliveries, we concentrate on our expenses we have now, try to maximize our profits that we do make. I think having your own authority is really, I think it's the coolest thing. It's the most independent thing you can do in trucking. You basically set everything, you know. You want to run one day, you can go find your loads. If you don't want to run one day, you don't do nothing. Hang out if you want. Freedom of having your own authority, it sounds good. The higher rate per mile, I don't know what kind of rate per mile that straight truck owner-operators with their own authorities as teams are doing. When we got with Panther, we were dead set on getting our DOD government clearance. The reason we wanted to do that was to set ourselves apart from all the competition out here, all the other straight trucks, you know. There's a lot of straight trucks out here. What could we do to set ourselves apart to be able to keep ourselves busy than they're not doing? Hazmat, DOD, your TWIC card, stuff like that, you know. So we did all that to set ourselves apart from all the other straight trucks out there and kind of shrink down our competition of other trucks out there. To go out and get our own authority, we would basically be putting ourselves back into the position when we first started our very first year. All we had was hazmat, passports to do Canada stuff like that, you know. There's a lot of trucks out there that can do that kind of stuff. If we got our own authority, we wouldn't be able to do the government DOD freight anymore, which we really like doing. You know, dealing with these kind of customers, it's a lot less stressful. We got less headaches. Everything's always ready when we get to the pickup, always ready. They're waiting on us when we get to the drop. It's, you know, everything's very organized. So to get our own authority, not so much it would be a bad thing, but I got a lot to learn about it. You know, absolutely a lot to learn about it. And really, where do I find customers? Where do I get in touch with brokers? Which brokers are good to run for? Which brokers are bad to run for? So to kind of answer some of your guys' questions, yes, we will be going to get our own authority. Will we use it? I don't know yet. I'm going to take a lot of time to research it and make sure that is absolutely the best way to go for us. You know, right now we're doing good. I'm comfortable with where we're at. We make a good rate per mile. We stay busy with some downtime here and there. We're basically our own boss now. We can take loads we don't want to, take loads we want to. We can go home when we want to, take a day off. You know, I'm comfortable where we're at right now. You know, of course, I'm always looking for the big picture too. So, you know, some of you guys asking this question really piqued my interest. Talking with a subscriber, Jim, you know, you've really piqued my interest in it. Just like when we got into expediting to begin with, I took 6 months to research expediting and really read everything I could about it. So I'm really going to do the same thing with this too, and just see if it's worth it for us, you know. And there's a lot of places out there to learn this kind of stuff, you know. Trucking with Authority, I think is on a Facebook page. They do podcasts, you know. I'm gonna start listening to a lot of that stuff more, and, you know, really check out our options, you know, now that we own the truck. Who knows, if we get our own authority, we might move up and hire drivers. That's the big picture, you know. We still got a lot to learn, a lot of research to do. So having your own authority, you know, it's a lot more work you have to do. It's nothing I'm opposed to doing. We're gonna do our research on it, see if it's a better option for us, see if the benefits outweigh the effort, you know. How much more work would we have to do to find our own freight? How much more would we have to pay a year having our own USDOT number? What states are we gonna run in? Do we have to get permits for every single state, or how does that work? This is all stuff I gotta learn. With Panther, they basically give you a permit book that has everything you need in that. And every time when one expires, they'll email it out, we print it out, we stick it in the book. I would have to learn all that stuff. I like running all the 48 states. What would I have to do to be able to run all 48 states? That's all things you have to look into with having your own authority. Whereas with the carrier, Panther handles all that for us, you know. All we have to do is make sure we pick up and deliver on time, and shop our fuel, make sure we're running as cheap as possible, and worry about our own expenses and not about all those other regulations and permits and stuff. So I hope this kind of helps explain having your own authority and running under a carrier's authority. You know, I'm no expert at this stuff. All I know is what I read online and what I hear from other drivers. So if you guys got any tips, feel free to leave it down in the bottom in the comments. I hope you guys liked the video. Share your insight with me down in the comments. And until our next video, peace, love, and expediting.